learn to say no even when you can afford it, okay? Discipline is not a form of punishment, it's protection.
I always tell people, put your bill money in one bank, your spending money in a different bank.
What could you possibly need to get every single day? Why are you spending money every single day? Even if it's $20.
When you are used to being broke and you finally get some money, you're going to give it all away so you can go back to what you're used to.
Because it's all about the mindset. It's about your mindset. We see lottery winners, billionaires, end up broke. Remember that show? I can't remember. It was on Lifetime. It was about the lottery and how people blew through the money because their mindset is still at a poverty level. It's still at a level of brokenness.
When you are used to being broke and you finally get some money, you're going to give it all away so you can go back to what you're used to, which is being broke. When you are used to being broke and you finally get some money, you're going to eat it all away, shop it all away, give it all away so that you can go back to your baseline, which is what you're used to, which is being broke. I have gotten plenty of bags in my lifetime before and didn't know what to do with it and gave it all away, swore I was being godly, but really I had no idea how to steward any level of increase. So before you get that bag that you've been praying for, before your business takes off, before all the things that you are praying for, before you receive it, consider what kind of wisdom, habits, attitude, mindset, all the things you're going to need to be able to sustain it, right? You have to believe that you are worthy of this life that you are asking for, worthy of the resources, and even the rest that you're asking for. Otherwise, when you get it, you're going to blow it because you're going to go back to what you're used to. That's just the way our nervous systems are wired. You're going to go back and make sure that you are always safe. And where you have felt the safest is being broke.
And I think it all comes down to mindset, right? I think you have to change your mind from that luxury poverty mindset that we talked about in the previous video. You have to change your mind from being in a state of, I have to show people what I have. I have to show people what I'm worth by buying designer things, by buying those fast cars, by buying those huge houses that you really don't need. So I wanted to add in a few tips, a few financial tips for anyone who's making $100 million, $100,000, $100, whatever it is. We can all use some good financial tips. Take a look at this.
Okay, let's talk fast finance. 1, assign your money a job before you spend it. Every dollar needs a purpose. Wandering money just disappears. 2, have a money day every week or every other week. I know life is busy, but if you do not schedule your finances, it will not get handled. 3, separate your soft life fund from your emergency fund. One protects your peace, the other protects your lifestyle. 4, know your top 3 money metrics: net worth, monthly burn, your savings rate. You don't need a fancy degree to do this. 5, build a bare minimum budget. If everything were to fall apart, how much will it cost you to cover the basics? This number matters. 6, stop using your checking account as a scoreboard. A high balance doesn't always necessarily mean financial freedom. You want to elevate, get crafty and strategic about your money, aka investments. Now 7, learn to say no even when you can afford it, okay? Discipline is not a form of punishment, it's protection. 8, track your emotional spending triggers. Are you spending because you're sad, bored, trying to prove something? Know your patterns. 9, buy luxury out of overflow, not from obligation. We don't perform success, we embody it. And 10, treat your finances like a business. Income, expenses, strategy, goals. You are the CEO of your life, so act like it. It's not about being perfect, it's about being intentional. Smart girls have systems, so make sure you build yours.
And like I said before, people are trying to live a luxury lifestyle. No matter how much they're making, $100 million, $10,000, trying to live a luxury lifestyle and show off for people who really don't care about you. They could care less. So make sure that you are setting up yourself for the future, setting up your next generation for the future. Take ownership in something if you can. Start your own business if you can. I'm not saying that it's not possible, right?
I always tell people, put your bill money in one bank, your spending money in a different bank.
Come on.
So your Cash App and F off money, money you just mess up.
Yeah.
Put that in the other bank. Don't put it in your bill account because they will go back. If you overdraft, they're going to overdraft out your bill money if it's in the same bank.
Right. Yeah.
And so you need to have them in separate banks. And then that allows you to like, okay, I'm going to be able to budget my money right. My bills going to be on time. Everything going to be right.
Good.
I'm not going to have anything coming out of this account. And don't even keep an ATM card for that account.
Yep.
I don't even have an ATM card
Yeah. I don't even have my bill pay
for
account.
my main bank.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if somebody takes something out my wallet and you think you got my ATM card, you ain't getting nothing.
Right.
You ain't getting nothing. It might be $200 in there that you
Right.
have at it because you
Good
are
luck.
not getting to the real money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
So, you got to be vigilant with things like that because you could be your own worst enemy when it comes to budgeting and spending.
yeah.
And
Now, we all can do better with our finances, regardless if we're at $100 million or $100,000 or $100. There are things that we can do to make better choices, to increase our finances, to create a good nest egg. And again, don't worry about Mr. and Mrs. Jones. They're not real and they don't care about you anyway. Stop worrying about being dressed to impress, all those things for other people. Worry about yourself.
You shouldn't be having to spend money every day. What are you spending money on? I mean, of course, if you probably got an Uber work, then that's a different story. But what do you possibly need to buy every single day? I seen another creator get on here and talk about that. What could you possibly need to get every single day? Why are you spending money every single day? Even if it's $20. 20 times 5, that's 100. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I had to double check my math. Don't look at me like that.
You got to focus on your self-worth. You got to focus on things that really matter. Now, it doesn't hurt to go out and buy those nice things if you can afford it. And if you can afford the maintenance, like we talked about on another previous video, I'm going to add that one here too. But yes, do what you want in your life, but at the same time, make sure that it's sustainable. That's something that Chad Ochocinco talked about before. If it's sustainable for you, yes, you only live once. We have all of that. You only live once, talk all the time. But you also want to make sure that while you are living, that you can live, that you don't have to worry about what tomorrow's going to bring, that you don't have to sell your cleats, that you don't have to sell things that you really want to keep and pass down to your family. You want to be able to afford your life. Regardless if you're a millionaire, a billionaire, you still want to live within your means. Now, all of this goes back to the luxury poverty talk that I talked about last time. Go take a look at that video. It's linked down in the description. But what we want to worry about most is ourselves and making sure that we are comfortable in the life that we are living, right? That's what we want. That's what we aspire to. Hopefully some of these clips gave you some inspiration as well as some tips on how to better succeed in the future with your finances. Well, as always, thank you so much for being here. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video.